What are we doing today?
So today, we're gonna look at the 30 silliest fights every couple has had in the last at least once. So we're trying to see whether we've had similar fights, or if you can name a time, or can you remember a time that I've done something? Because it's most likely gonna be me, isn't it? But I was guilty.
No.
Probably. Actually, well, I don't know. Actually, okay. So.
Okay.
So, there's one here. I'm guessing most of these are like the wives or the girlfriends wrote in. He squeezes the toothpaste from the bottom, but then doesn't put the cap on afterwards.
No, you do that.
I put on the cap.
You no. Well, so you put on a cap. You put the cap on, but sometimes you don't close it properly, or you don't the ones that you have to do this. You don't close it properly, or
don't screw it on properly.
You don't screw it on properly. But I've never seen you just leave it without not doing anything.
No, yes. Not guilty of this one. Is anything in the bathroom that I do that is annoying?
Oh, so basically, I thought this must be just me, but I usually dry myself in a bathtub and then I step out because I don't want the whole floor to get wet. Whereas you just step out while you're dripping shower, and then you dry yourself, and then if I go in after you, it's all wet. I could swim in there, and you never actually clean the water behind you.
Yeah,
but anything else, you don't really leave the toilet seat up or anything. So nothing really comes to mind. That's the only thing that I'm like, ugh, annoying.
The only thing that
hair.
the only thing that I think it is is when you do not like if you get like a tub of cream. Or like a tub, right? You go right in the middle.
I do that. I do the same.
Drives me crazy.
I do the same with butter.
Drives me crazy because I'm especially the butter, I'm always trying to be smooth.
And then I go in the middle.
Just
but I have to say,
it out.
With butter, sometimes I do it just to annoy you. Because I know you don't like it. But then I realize that when you're not at home, I still do the same thing. So it must be just what I do.
Oh man, drives me crazy. The next one is reading directions whenever you buy a piece of furniture.
Or how to put it together IKEA stuff.
Yeah. But when this one I say, the guys just sort of
don't
look at the instructions and just put it together. But I follow instructions.
You do.
I cannot do anything without looking at instructions.
You kind of follow instructions to a point where it annoys me, you do it too much. So it's you just can't win with women, can you?
No, if I don't see the instructions, even when I have instructions, I'll say that the first 15 to 20 minutes, I'm just sort of reading the instructions and making sure I've got everything, especially with IKEA.
That's
making sure
true,
I've got everything, and then by the time I actually get started on the first piece, it's been 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's true. But usually when you actually put together the IKEA furniture, you don't have any screws or anything left over, and this does not happen. I don't know anyone who never has any screws or anything left over. You always have something, whereas you
make sure
you just make sure you use
so
all
happens
of
when
it.
you follow instructions
Yeah,
things,
I guess.
but sometimes I'll have a screw and I'll spend 10 minutes. I'm what did I do wrong?
What did you miss?
Yeah, and I hate that.
Do I follow instructions that way?
See, you're more like the guys that they're talking about here, where you're just you probably because you're quite organized, right? So you probably do the whole checking the list, and you put all the the A's in one place or the B's in one place. But then as soon as you start to actually put things together, you're just
all the organization just goes out of the window.
Just sort of like just move on. It's like, do the A's go here? Okay, fine. Don't need to see what pieces are joining together. This makes sense to me.
Yeah,
and
that's true. That's true. I do that. But I put together enough IKEA furniture in our house, and it still works.
Nothing's fallen down yet.
So nothing has fallen down.
Put the sofa.
The sofa. Oh my god.
Still, you're sitting on it now.
It's been like almost
TV
6 months.
You can see it.
So I think
still up.
I think my way also works.
Alright. The other thing is, we don't really have like arguing about the thermostat and where to set it. How hot? I don't think we ever.
No, we don't. We
That's
never.
an issue.
Because I think the good thing is that we both like the same kind of climate. Like we sleep with our window open during winter time, and we don't have heating on in our bedroom because we like it cold. During the day, I like it a bit warmer but not too hot, and you're kind of the same.
I'm lazy.
Oh,
so
so the problem is I like it cool, but you're too lazy to get up and actually put the
no, it's not. It's not that. I like it. I like cool, especially in the bedroom. Like window open. I've always done it ever since I was little.
Same,
So,
yeah,
like,
same.
I always like it a bit colder. However, like like sometimes during the day when you like, because you feel a bit cold, so you actually put up the heating. I would feel cold. I would just put on a hat or like a throw.
But you understand that the heat. So basically, the heating is literally next to our sofa. So you literally just have to reach and turn, and then it would be on. What he does is he gets all the way up, goes all the way to the bedroom to take an extra sweater or a hat instead of just moving a bit.
Not lazy, just stupid. so
But I mean, you said it, not me.
Wow. Okay. I think I'm guilty of this one. Checking the phones at dinner.
Yes. Checking our phones at all time. This is one of the things that really annoy me because I'm the kind of person who is not on my phone constantly all the time, and I try to do it less and less. Whereas you're always on your phone. Like you always listen to, and the other thing is always on your headphones, and it infuriates me. Like because listen to this, because when you always have your headphones on, this means that if something is happening around us, like at night, you sleep with your headphones on, and when Piper, our dog, like needs to go out in the middle of the night or something, and she kind of like pushes the door so we can hear it, I'm obviously the one who's going to hear it because you sleep with your headphones on and you can't hear anything.
To be fair, I'm a deep sleeper. So even
That's
if I
true.
didn't have headphones on, you'd probably still be the one to wake up.
Yeah, that's true. I can hear like a fly in our room and I wake up. It's ridiculous.
I've slept through an earthquake before.
Like, in London?
No, not in London. But like there was an earthquake, like in Africa.
Right.
And I woke up in the morning, everyone's talking about it.
You were like,
and I'm just
what?
like, what happened? And I remember like chandeliers moving, but I just went back to sleep.
You didn't think like, oh, something is happening.
Like, it wasn't like a massive one, so I guess like it wasn't so big that everyone was like, oh, get out. But like it was enough to wake everyone up. But for me, it was just like chandeliers moving. Oh, I'm just going to sleep.
But I think I can sometimes hear when Piper is like walking around in the middle of the night, and when she just gets up and to stretch, I can hear her walking in the living room, and that wakes me up. But I think maybe it's just my hearing is better.
Yeah, Vulcan like hearing. That's what I
Yes.
What's the next one? Leaving soaked sponges in the sink.
You do that. You do that 100%. All the time.
We don't have any sponges.
We have those ones that are like the brushes, those eco ones. But what you do is, and what annoys me is that it's like wooden top and then obviously the brushes at the bottom, and you leave it wooden top on the sink so that it never dries, which means it will get moldy because wood gets moldy if it's like constantly wet. And I have to go every time after he like does something in the kitchen or hand washes anything, I have to go and then turn it around and put it in its place. Always happens all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, okay.
It doesn't annoy me.
It's one of those things that you don't bring up because like it's not that serious.
I've never mentioned. Yeah, this is actually the first time I've said it out loud, but it doesn't really bother me. It's just like you said, one of those things that it's just what it is. What it is like. I don't really. It doesn't really.
It is what it is. It's just a disappointment. I just
no.
Move around. Just clean up.
No, it's like you pick your battles. Don't you? You can't just be nagging about everything.
The next one is like shoe storage. So like leaving your shoes everywhere, not putting what they should be.
I mean, you kind of leave them in the small hallway that we have. The only thing is that there's only one side that you should be putting them on, but you keep putting on the same side where the door opens to, and then sometimes there's so many shoes on that side that I can't get out of.
Doesn't really.
I can't get out of the house because the door just bounces back.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing. Other than that, like you don't really leave them in the house or anything.
I know when like I've done something that annoys you that it's not that serious, but it annoys you because it's like probably like do it on most days. Like, because you always talk to yourself as you're just mumbling to yourself. Like, so for example, like with the shoe thing, like if we're going out and then you open the door and the dog is stuck and you're just like, and I'm like, oh shit.
But then I don't actually come to you and tell you. Although I told you this before.
Straight away I know
Yeah. But I think with this question is that if men leave their shoes everywhere in the house, I think what also helps us not do it is the fact that we don't wear shoes in the house. Whereas I think that if we would, you would probably just randomly want to take them off and just leave them rather than get up and take them to the small hallway and then come back.
But I think also because I grew up, like you don't just walk around with shoes in the house.
Yeah, same. We were not allowed.
So, like,
as soon as you went with your shoes in the house, you got a scolding, man. It was like, what are you doing?
Oh, is that what you got?
Take your shoes off. Yeah.
To dodge punches. I'm joking. I'm like, well, not far off.
For you.
yeah. The next one. Do people really argue about television volume? That sounds silly. I mean, I know these are 30 silly reasons to argue, but
we have literally never argued about it.
You control the TV volume, to be fair. So.
That's true. Because when you do it, you just don't do it right.
That's like the default to everything. Like if you're in control with something, it's because like you feel like I don't do it right, and I'm just too laid back to be like make a do out of it. I'm just like that's true.
You'd rather just me do it.
Say
yeah.
It's like pick your battles.
I think this is why we've lasted for like 6 years, because you're just so laid back and you just like nah. And I'm more like I like things a certain way, but I'm not. I don't think I'm too much.
No.
Like.
No, I even if you are, I feel like after 6 years with me, you just sort of like you say right now, you pick your battles. You just sort of yeah.
I don't think I'm a naggy. Whatever. I'm not a naggy person. I don't think. I definitely I feel like if something, I usually wait. Like if something annoys me, I wait like a couple of days and see if it still annoys me. I say something. Because I realize that some things might just be in my head, and it might just be something, maybe my mood is not that great, and then something annoys me a bit more. So I always wait a bit and think about it before I just go and be like, this and this, I don't like you doing this and this and this. And
yeah.
So I think that helps.
So the next one is the right way to react when you vent. So in this one,
what does that mean?
In this one, the person's basically complaining that their partner just wants to solve the issue rather than just to listen as to what the issue is.
Oh, okay. I like that though. I hate I'm built different, I feel like, because when I have female friends and they kind of tell me about their issues, I always be like, okay, this is what we can do about it, and this is what the solution is. Whereas sometimes they say the same thing, but it's just kind of like, oh, they just want to vent. Whereas I feel like I'm myself the kind of person is that when there's an issue, there's a way to resolve it, and this is what I'm trying to do.
And I'm also, I'm like, I always approach it one or two ways, especially when you're pissed off, is like, can I actually make it better? And if I can't make it better, I just leave it alone.
That's
like,
smart,
because it's one of those things like, okay, if I go in and like, do I have a solution? Because I'm always going to approach something, especially if there's an issue, like, I need to have a solution as to why I'm trying to like to attempt to make you feel better. Like, am I gonna make this current stress that you're having better by saying, you know, this is what you should do? And if not, or if I don't feel like the solution is good enough, I just give you some room to, like, you know, vent it out, be pissed off. And then when you're slightly better, I can always tell you that when you're slightly in a better mood.
But like pissed off at you, or just pissed off on my own?
Oh, if you piss off on me, I give you room. I give you room. I just close my mouth. I just wait for you to mellow down a little bit. But like, if it's just in general, I'll listen, and then, but I won't try to solve it unless I have like a good solve for it. Because I feel like it can be an issue if you're putting quite a lot of pressure on the other person to be like. I think guys put a lot of pressure on themselves and be like, oh, you know, my partner's like is having this issue, I need to sort it. But if your solve is not good, then I think that's just a waste of time and a waste of energy of you trying to like, you know. And I'm sure maybe that's wrong with your approach. Maybe like some people just want to feel like want to have someone there to support them, but like I'm always approaching it.
It works with me,
yeah.
Doesn't it? I feel like when we first started dating, what really annoyed me was the fact that you just, you know, like this says that you were opposite to what this said. You just tried to listen and let me vent. And I remember telling you multiple times, and I remember actually complaining to Tom, one of my friends, that, oh my God, like, he just listens. What's up with that? Like, I just need solutions, people. And then, so I'm like completely the other way around. Like, I need solutions. If I go to someone with my problems, or if something is happening, I go to them because I don't have a solution to it. Or maybe I have a solution, but they might have like a better one. So I just kind of, this is why I come to you. And then I remember you just used to listen to me and let me vent, and I hated it. It really like annoyed me.
I grew up in a household full of women.
That's
so
why.
like I've always like, you just listen, stay quiet. Eventually, things will mellow out, and then you can start moving.
Yeah, but
and talk about the stuff. Where you were like, I'm coming with a problem. What should we do about it? And I was like, okay, I need to come up with a good solve.
Yeah, I think it's because I grew up with two brothers, so I'm the only girl. So maybe this is where it comes from. I mean, they were younger brothers, but they also like very solution focused. So I think that's how just I grew up, and then you're like complete opposite.
Yeah, we don't fit any stereotype.
Do not, absolutely not. No.
The next one is a biggie.
Ooh.
Right, Netflix cheating. Well, for us, we've got quite a few platforms, but that we watch.
What does that mean, Netflix cheating?
So, like, for example, if you're both into the same show, like if you're watching like Game of Thrones, for example, and then then it comes out, but then maybe you're not around, whatever, the new episode comes out, and I watch it.
No, you don't do that.
No, I don't.
If you do, at least I don't know about it.
Just pretend. Put it on. Like, oh,
if he does it,
I don't know what's gonna happen now.
Within the 6 years, I haven't found out once that if he does it. But he doesn't do it. I also don't do it. But talking about Game of Thrones, oh my God, I just remember when I couldn't get into Game of Thrones.
Used to initially low key like piss me off.
Really?
But the first season, for me, like especially the Red Wedding. I couldn't wait. I was just like, when the episode was on, I was just like,
because I had to catch up.
How shocking is this?
Yeah.
And you're just like, it's okay. I'm like, what?
Yeah, because so basically he started watching it without me, because I watched the first episode where this Bulgarian woman got raped, and I was like, damn, like you need to be in a certain mindset to watch it, and I was not there. So what happened was he started watching it, so he was a couple of seasons ahead of me, and then at some point I was like, okay, let me try again, and I got into it, and then once I caught up, I think it was one of the seasons you were like, oh, I don't mind watching it again because new season was going to come out.
Yeah.
So that season we watched.
4. I think it was. So
which one was it with the dragon thing?
I think when he.
Because.
The funniest.
Oh my god, the funniest thing happened. You tell it.
What movie did you go to?
It was some movie with Seth Rogen and
and
Charlize Theron was like a president. Seth Rogen was like a journalist.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the name of the movie was.
Yeah. We were watching it, and then there's just the scene when like the dragon turns like into like a White Walker, I guess.
Yeah, the blue eyes.
Comes out of the frozen lake or whatever.
Yeah.
And then so we're watching it, and then it comes out.
I haven't seen it.
When this scene comes out on the cinema, all I hear is no.
And I said it the most wrong time because at the time the whole cinema was quiet. Everybody heard me, and I could see people like looking back and started laughing.
It was so funny.
It was the worst spoiler I've ever had.
And then he just turned to me. He's like, "Why didn't you tell me? Why did you tell me?" I was like, "Oh, I can't tell you. I don't want to ruin it for you." It was so funny. Oh my god, it was so funny.
Yeah.
I just couldn't stop laughing. That was the funniest moment. The film itself is quite funny, but that's probably the funniest moment. Just because of your reaction, and the whole cinema just so like quiet. Just, no. Oh,
it was so sincere as well, because at that time I was so into Game of Thrones already, but I was still running a bit behind. I think that was season 7 when that happened. I remember I was running behind still like one season or something. And then obviously you've already seen these.
Yeah.
Because at that point we were watching together, because he was like, he doesn't mind watching again before the last season comes out. And yeah, it was.
To be fair, there was no like warning. It was just sort of like.
No, it was just like went into it
came
out of nowhere.
Yeah. It even lead, because if he had led up to it, I would have been like, "Oh, you don't want to watch this," but
yeah.
you just sort of like.
I could have just like covered my eyes and my ears.
But like, I don't think there's any Netflix cheating happening.
No, unless you do it really well.
Because we usually like go through the trailers, and then I'm like, and you usually like, "Are you interested in this?" And I'm like, "Nah." And then
I just watch it. Yeah, I don't really make
like,
you watch stuff that you don't want to watch.
Yeah, apart from the holiday.
Oh, that's just a Christmas classic. You have to.
Oh, God.
You can't. I did. No.
Not this year.
This year I didn't make you watch it.
I said
Sure.
no.
Yeah, sure. He did totally, guys. Yeah.
There's only so much I can watch that movie.
But then you watch Home Alone every year with me.
Just Home Alone is different, right? That's a Christmas royalty right there.
Okay.
Alright. Next one. Public walking speed. Oh my god, you are so fast. You are so fast.
And I have London speed.
I've been in London longer than you.
Oh, that's true.
You were so fast, like up the escalators, down the escalator, just walking. You're so fast.
It's funny because sometimes when we go out like with my work colleagues, and then we like go home, and then the way I go down the escalator, they're like, "Oh my god, it's like you're floating."
Yeah, you're just like flying down, and I'm always, especially when I'm like after like a long run or something, and then you just run up the escalators, and I'm always like, oh, and I have to go back up. I'm like, legs are in pain. Come on, you got yeah, so fast. You're like, but it doesn't really annoy me.
But what about
because you still end up at the same place.
But like walking on the street, I feel like
walking on the street. I think we're quite
the same.
Because I'm quite laid back when I'm walking. I tend to walk quite slow.
Yeah, but I do slow myself down a lot. But usually when we walk on the street, it's like on the weekend or like after work. So we're not in a hurry anywhere. So we tend to walk slower anyway. Whereas like if we're in a hurry somewhere, we both walk quite quickly, and it's the same. So I haven't really noticed that.
Yeah. I Yeah, it's an interesting one. I mean, why would you go walking together if one of you is gonna be walking like 5 steps ahead of the other person?
Yeah, it's a weird
Seems
one.
like a weird
Yeah, it's a
situation
weird
to
one,
then argue about.
Yeah, it's a yeah. Oh my god, people just argue about anything.
Yeah, it's a crazy one.
Yeah.
Rugs and paper towels. Paper towels, wipe it up and throw it away. It's out of your life for good. Rugs are more economical and environmentally friendly, but you have to wash them. So, what do people argue? So just not washing the.
Oh, using rags versus paper towels.
Is that an argument?
Is it?
I mean, I keep saying.
I don't get it.
It's silly arguments a couple have, but that's ridiculous.
But that's not even, it's never even been in my mind. I mean,
I just love on this one, and it's like, these are the top paper towel brands.
Like how they just put in the effort within the no, that's absolutely not something that's ever come up even once. We don't even, that doesn't even occur, you know, it's not something that we really care about.
The next one, like, we are never going to have this argument. You only ever piss me off with this one. Piss you off is a strong word.
Annoying.
You annoy me with this one because you're purposely trying to annoy me. So I'm a Manchester United fan.
Oh.
And it's been a long time since we've been successful at anything. But like whenever we're playing Liverpool or City or whatever, you're always like, yeah, I'm supporting City. Oh yeah, I'm supporting Liverpool.
Yeah, I do that on purpose. Yeah.
Like
on purpose.
It doesn't. It's not going to bring up an argument because I know you actually don't follow any sports teams.
I don't.
But like it does sort of cut me a little bit. I'm like, shut up. Especially when they're beating us. I'm like, shut up.
But the thing is, I only do it when they are beating your Manchester United. I never say it when Manchester United is winning because there's no point. Because then you would be like, oh, we're winning, so what are you saying?
Yeah, I was like, actually, I'm not winning. Like, actually, it's 2-1, so. Next one, arguments that couples have is leftovers. So finishing one's leftovers without asking is a terrible. Okay. So I think I've been in trouble with this one a few times.
Yeah, I mean, it's never been, because I feel like, firstly, I just want to kind of say that when they say like arguing, then it's not our arguments. Yeah, like our arguments are not really arguments. They're just talking. Me saying like, oh, I left. These were my leftovers, and you finished them. Like, oh, you didn't ask me. It's more like, oh, I'm like sad that I can't have this good biryani from like yesterday, right? Whereas like I feel like when people say argument, I see it completely differently. Like I see people actually being upset.
More of like a small thing that you're like, oh fuck's sakes, but it's not like
Oh, okay, right,
yeah. That's how I'm coming across. And like in terms of us, it's not. It's like a. Oh come on! Why would you do that? Not like something like I want to actually take time out my day to then just vent about.
Yes. Okay.
Like I wouldn't see the point in having an argument about, you finishing something that I wanted to have.
Yeah, I think we just kind of mention it so that the other person will know that next time they will consider the other person or like, think that or ask and say like, oh, did you save it for you or can I just have it, or maybe, or if not, then I'll just make something else. I think it's more about like just, because how would you otherwise, you can't read my mind, right? So if I don't tell you certain things that, I want to keep this for me or like, I like things certain way, then you wouldn't know. So I think for us it's just like kind of communicating. If something happens that you're not happy with or, annoys you, you just say it. And then hopefully next time it won't happen. That's not always the case though, because you still have to keep your shoes on that other side of the hallway.
Yeah.
But at some point I just stopped saying it because I feel like I'm no one's mother. Like if I say it to you once, you should stop doing it, and that's it. Like I don't feel like I revisit any arguments constantly or.
No, and that's one of my pet peeves. people who like rehash the same arguments over
Yeah.
and over again.
I don't
like,
think I do that.
If I have like a discussion or an argument with someone, I say discussion. Discussion sounds normal. If I have an argument with someone, I wanna have that argument then and there.
And then
I'm
once it's
sort
done,
of
it's done,
move
right?
on from it,
Yes.
and I'm never gonna
Yeah.
go back to it, and I'm never gonna bring it up again as like a way just like, oh, this
Yeah.
one time did something wrong. I
Yeah.
don't see the point of that because
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you've had
yeah.
that argument,
Yeah.
said your piece, now move on, sort of thing.
Yeah, I feel like where the people are coming from is that why they like sometimes maybe revisit is like if you keep, let's say someone tells you, oh, don't have my leftovers, and then you just keep having them every single time.
1 second. I just need to check something. Yeah, what's that? That's because I couldn't.
I can see it from the window.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, but now I have to edit this
Sorry.
out.
Okay, shall we move on to the next one?
Yeah.
Leaving clutter, especially socks, all over the house.
I think we both do that.
Yeah, there's some song somewhere.
My socks are just like I see. Oh my god, but my socks are like there.
Oh wow! It's like 1, 2. Okay.
You know what? This happens because we do workouts in the house, and then before the workout, I also need to take my socks off, and then I leave them on the floor, and then I just forget about them. But you do the same though. You also leave your
I
socks.
do the same. No, I
The
do the
difference
same
is-
all over the house.
You do, yeah. He actually leaves his socks in the kitchen counter, in the bathroom.
Oh, kitchen counter.
This
Clean
morning,
ones.
I don't know if they're clean or not. I just see socks on the kitchen.
Dirty kitchen socks.
This happened this morning. I went to the kitchen, socks. I was like, oh, for
So
fuck's sake.
basically, like every Sunday morning, I wake up. I want to say early. I used to wake up earlier, but I don't wake up as early anymore
Yeah.
to go for like a run. And so what I would do is not to wake you up when I wake up. I put all my clothes in the kitchen, or my running clothes in the kitchen.
Yeah, he does do that.
So
It's
then-
very considerate.
Yeah, so then I can get changed in the kitchen. Okay, so that's that London small flat living.
Yeah, because Piper has the living room.
Yeah.
So he doesn't want to like bother her in the morning.
So I go get changed, and I do put my clothes on the counter because they're clean. So like,
Yeah.
the only thing I know that annoys you that I do with Clara is leaving like my like running clothes on the bathroom floor.
Yeah,
Or-
yeah.
I just forget them. I don't know why.
You forget, and like I get that, but why it like mostly annoys me is because our bathroom is quite small. So firstly, it takes up the floor space, but secondly, it's because they're quite stinky. Like after doing the long runs, and I would rather just not, smell them when I walk into the bathroom.
The next one is, I can't use this as an argument, like posting less than perfect photos. So like I'm guessing like for example when you it's like a meme that always happens on like social media. It's like, oh, when I take his photos and he looks like a model, but when he takes my photo, I look like I've been on a bender.
I mean, I don't think that personally I cared that much about what photos you post.
No. In terms of like me, like us, like you taking pictures of me and me taking pictures of you. And
Oh, mine are definitely better.
Yeah.
But when we started dating, oh my god, the photos he took were like... Let's not mention that. But it's gotten a lot better, I think. And obviously, my photos have gone better as well. So I feel like we've both grown in that department. It's hard to take photos of like other people, I feel like.
The one, yeah, it's also like because you I don't like posy photos. Like I find posing really awkward.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
like
same.
so like it's you're trying to find like a moment to take a picture of someone that is like natural and candid and stuff like that. But then that doesn't always happen. But that's one of the things that you always say about
Yeah,
me.
oh my god. So basically what really annoys me is that like when you're trying to do like social media, like how some people have like partners or husbands who like just randomly, take a video
Instagram
of
husbands.
exactly. Take like a video of like you doing something or having fun or whatever. He doesn't do that. Like I have to tell him specifically, take a photo. Like I have so many photos of him having fun or like walking the dog or like doing all this stuff, but he doesn't take photos or videos of me like that. Like I have to tell him specifically to do it, and this is what kind of annoys me a little bit. because I can't really share like behind the scenes stuff because he doesn't do it.
Moving swiftly on. Where to spend the holidays? We don't really have any issues with that.
No.
Like arguing like whether I'm going to be spending it at my mum's or.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
first of all, your family's not in the UK.
Yeah, I don't really go home for Christmas,
I
and I think we're both not like really Christmas people, so we usually we travel to like a warm country. But now that we have Piper, we haven't really done it for a couple of years. So we kind of stay home, but like we just do our own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't really have that. That's never going to be an issue with us.
I can see that being an issue, I guess.
With other people, yeah, I do see that, but definitely not with us.
Leaving hairs in a sink or shower. I mean, I hardly have any hair to leave around.
You do that sometimes. Sometimes I think when you just like wash your face, your hair kind of gets a little bit in the sink, but yeah, it's not really a big issue.
No, I mean, yeah. I tried to like.
Yeah, it's not really a big issue.
I can see that also being annoying, I guess, if they always have like
Yeah.
their hairs all over the place.
Yeah, definitely.
What? Eating ice cream in a bowl with the counter. Who
The
eats?
container.
The container. Swear to God, I don't know why I read counter.
We don't really eat ice cream.
Yeah.
Not an issue.
Is there anything that's comparable?
I don't know.
Like
no,
eating
but
a takeaway in a plastic container?
No, I think what they mean is maybe like that you have the ice cream tub and then you just eat straight from the tub and you don't like serve yourself and then put the rest back.
Why is that a big deal?
I don't know, contamination?
If you're a couple, there's a whole lot of contamination happening.
That's true. Worse ones than just eating ice cream, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Weird. Or maybe like that the rest of the ice cream will melt as well, and then if you don't eat all of it, when you refreeze it maybe like changes taste or something. I'm not really an ice cream person, so I really can't comment on that. No. Yeah.
Next one. Time spent on a golf course. So I'm guessing it's like time spent doing their hobbies rather than spending their specific.
Okay. I mean, I feel like you need to have hobbies that's separate from the other person. I wouldn't want to do everything with you 24/7. Like,
no.
I feel like that would just be too much.
No, yeah, like,
you know,
and like it's good that the other person has a hobby. Can you imagine? Can you imagine being in that much pressure of like
everything
trying
together
to like entertain this person for
I feel like a clown.
You know what I mean? Just like always want to make sure that they're fine and like that they're fulfilled. Like I feel like it's quite good to have moments apart.
You know,
I like running. I like to go out running a lot,
yeah.
and that's like a me time sort of thing.
No, yeah, definitely. I don't see us being the kind of couple who does everything together all the time, like go running together and then do all this, other stuff together all the time. I don't think. I think we're both quite like independent that way as well, so we need our own space and time.
Yeah, I mean, like if you, and you don't, like if you showed interest in running, I probably would run with you sometimes. But also at the same time, I'll be like, I want to run by myself. Yeah. I don't even like running with Piper. I do it, but then I'm just like, I don't do that often.
Yeah. Because it's your time, isn't it?
Yeah. Like it reminds me of a story of someone that I know, like through work, and they had been running for like almost all their lives. And so they discovered running quite late, but their partner never took up running, and their partner recently took up running, and then they just looked so sad about it. It was like, now he just expects to go running with me all the time.
Oh god, that's gotta be you if I would ever take up running.
She was just like, oh.
But then you know what? I mean, I'm never going to take up running, but I don't think that. Even if I would want to go running with you all the time, because firstly we would probably be different speeds, and I wouldn't want to like make you run slower or have to like keep up with you the whole time. And also I would probably just want to run on my own and go where I want to go running, or do my speed, listen to music, like I just feel like, yeah, I would definitely not want to do it with you all the time. We have hiking for that, don't we?
Yeah, we could do hiking.
Yeah.
Hiking is better.
Yeah, we love hiking. Okay.
People arguing about falling asleep on the couch.
Really?
What the hell? Why do people argue about falling asleep on the couch?
That is not a thing to argue about, I don't think. We don't do that though.
Yeah, when you sleep on the couch, I just like tell you to go to bed.
Yeah, we just wake each other up just
to
to
bed.
be like, okay, do you want to go to bed? I mean, if he would tell me that no, he wants to sleep on a couch, then that's his choice. The whole bed for me, yes, please.
The one thing is like messing with your sleep schedule is a dangerous thing, and I do not advise it to anyone.
In our age, no.
Like,
absolutely not.
You try to bite my head off if I ever try to mess with your sleep schedule. If I was to wake you up, like when you're planning on sleeping in that day, you'd probably not be in a good mood.
No. Yeah.
Answering emails late at night.
Like work emails.
Yeah.
I mean, I genuinely think that there should be some kind of balance between your social and your work life. So if you do that at night, I feel like you probably shouldn't do it not because the other person finds it annoying, but because you just should take time just for you and not do work constantly 24/7. That's just what I think. I mean, if you do it, you do it. But I don't think it's very healthy.
Yeah, I mean,
but sometimes you can't do it any other time.
It depends on the job that you do.
Yeah. If you're like a YouTuber or like a creative director, like a creative person, and let's say you film all throughout the day, then the only time you have to do your emails is in the evening, and you just you're gonna have to do them at some point. But if you have like a 9-to-5 job where you work in an office, and then once you're done with that job, you should just it's a healthy thing to just keep it separate. But I do understand that if you depends on what kind of company you work for. Like if you work for like a startup and stuff, it's not always possible. And then
definitely though, especially during the day, do have like a moment where you can switch off from your work and concentrate on on each other or just to relax.
Or do like your hobbies or something.
Yeah, like cause it's definitely unsustainable to always be on. Piper's like, that's enough.
You're taking too long.
She made me. I'm going to scroll all the way back down again. Piper just throwing this a bit out of whack.
Come on, yes.
Ooh.
Oh, nice jump. Good job. Good job, girl. Good job.
Okay, caught up. Okay. One person's alarm while the other's sleeping.
Oh my god. Mostly annoys me because I'm a very light sleeper. And I remember when we started dating, what you used to do, you used to snooze it, and it freaking pissed me off because I never snooze. I literally just have one alarm on my phone. That's it. If that goes off, I'm up. He did not used to be that kind of person. You do have just one alarm now.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah.
So it's better. Because, I mean, if someone has to wake up before you, then they just have to, like, you know. It is what it is. But snoozing is what I hate. I hate when people do that.
Yeah, I definitely don't snooze anymore. And also, like, you should, like, be considerate on the type of alarm that you have as well.
Oh, God.
My alarm used to be like,
yeah,
that's literally.
That used to scare me up. Scare me. I was petrified. I was literally woken up from my sleep and I was like, ah! And then, like, looking around, like, what's happening? Like, I was so scared. Like, this scared me every single morning.
Yeah.
Like, keep me, like, PTSD.
That sound, literally, like, used to give me the cold sweats. Like, yeah. I would hear that alarm during the day. I'm sorry.
Why would you do it to yourself?
Because I needed to wake up.
Oh, yeah. I guess it was
its job.
I think it was around that time when you had a lot like insomnia and
Yeah.
then you went to sleep quite late, and if your alarm would have been like birds singing, it would
I'd
never have
slept
woken
straight
you
through.
up because you were just so tired,
Yeah.
right? But that it was the worst. It was so bad. Okay, what's the next one?
Wow. So the title is Water Glass Ghost. And the description is: Are you really going to come back and drink those last 3 sips of that glass? No, you're going to forget about it and grab a new clean glass.
Oh. So I do that, I guess.
Do you now?
We have like.
Is there evidence in this room right now?
It's so funny
Oh,
what
no.
we were laughing about is that literally from yesterday's workout, I have like half a glass of water on the TV table, which I didn't finish.
No. And yeah. And it's
I don't think you do that though.
one, because I don't even drink enough water.
That's true.
I really should
Yeah, you
drink
probably.
a lot more water. But I also like finishing even tea, right? Because you love tea, right? Like
Do.
love tea.
Yes.
You love tea. I don't know how you're Estonian. You should be like British.
I don't know. I drink about between 6 and 10 cups of tea per day.
This is ridiculous.
Usually like 6 and 7. Sometimes I drink, up to 10. It's less during summertime though, but then it's iced teas.
Yeah. But then like
But yeah.
and I make the lion's share of the teas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When he's
'Cause-
home.
Yeah, when I'm home. And when you leave that little bit of tea in your mug.
Yeah, usually I leave it because I like tea when it's really, really hot. And by the time I get there, it's already gone cold and I don't like it.
Yeah, I see. Even when it's cold, I finish it. I was like, when you like, babe, do you want a cup of tea? I was like, swing it down, even though it's cold.
yeah,
and I give
yeah.
it tea. But you just like,
I just finish it.
My God.
I think I'm
It
just.
doesn't
kind of-
annoy me. It's just like, I
Yeah.
took time to go make you a cup of tea,
Oh, I'm sorry, babe.
and then you just leave like a couple sips.
Yeah.
What was wrong with the last couple sips?
Because it's cold. So now
I
you
can't do anything about that. Drink it faster.
You can make a new tea. Maybe you should make it hotter.
Okay. Yeah, but I don't know how and why people choose to fight about that.
Yeah, that's not really a thing.
Amazing.
Mm.
Have I done this? Leaving pee in the toilet.
Yes. Yes, you have multiple times. I've told you. Oh, and I usually. So what I used to do is he forgot to flush after going number 1, and then when I went in, I just kind of flushed it. But what I do now is just I ask him to flush it, like with a child. And it happened like 2 or 3 times, and after that, I've not seen him. Like you haven't forgotten, so maybe it worked.
I'm always like, the funniest part is like I'm always like convinced I flushed. So when you're like, babe, you haven't flushed, I'm like,
Yes. I did.
how? I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, I did it.
Yeah.
I feel like, what? Sometimes I'm like, did she forget? And now she's blaming on me.
Why would I do that?
I don't know. Because in my mind, I'm convinced.
You've never actually said that.
Listen, there's some things you need to keep to yourself.
Oh, wait, is it? There is?
like if I start accusing you for doing something that you're accusing me of doing, now that would probably not be healthy. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, let's just go and flush it. I'm like, was it me? And then I'm just for the whole day, I'm just like, was it me? But I soon forget about it. Next one. Leaving wet towels on a bed. We don't do that.
No, we don't. We just dry
yourself
ourselves
in the
bathroom and then just leave it in the bathroom. Yeah.
Get your robe on.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And you're good to go. Get yourself some robes.
Yeah.
Save
I
on
know.
some arguments. Jesus.
Next one.
Next one. Solved. The right way to drive. Well, I don't drive.
We don't. Well, I'm trying to drive. Haven't got my license yet, but that's it. That's a story for another day.
So I'm trying to drive. haven't got my license yet. It's, like people can start thinking you're driving without a license.
Oh no, I'm not.
I'm trying to drive. Don't tell anyone.
No, no, I'm not. Okay, next.
Right, moving on. Leaving the closet or the cabin doors open.
You do that sometimes.
Yeah, I do. Oh, is this one of the things
You
that
do
I
it in the kitchen. You do it in the kitchen, not like in the bedroom, but you do it in the kitchen. You know when you take stuff from the dishwasher and you put them away in the cupboards, you just leave the cupboard doors open.
Even when I'm done.
Yes, that's the point. Yeah, even when you're done.
Because in
Otherwise,
my head
why
I'm
would I
thinking
care?
like if I'm moving back and forth, then I leave it
Yeah,
open.
well, I do that. If I know that I have more stuff to put in certain cupboards, I leave it open, then I close it when I'm done. But you forget to close it. You just leave it open, and then I have to go like close.
I didn't know I do that.
Yeah, but you don't do it with with closed cupboards. You don't do that.
The next one is the correct way to load the dishwasher.
There's a correct way.
There's
Well,
a wrong way.
Well, correct way is to try to fit as many things as you can.
Yeah, you're so good at that.
Am I?
Yeah, I'm almost like
Oh, yeah, that's
like
true,
babe, that won't fit, and then you're just like, yes, it will. And then somehow it does, and I'm almost like,
it's all the Tetris I used to play when I was a kid.
like it's always like sometimes I'm like I'm there like I'm not gonna let her do this to me. I'm just gonna figure out a way. This has to fit. This has to fit. And then I'm just like, I tried. It doesn't fit. And then you're like, babe, what did you put that in? I'm like, it doesn't fit. And it's like, yes, it will. I'm like, oh, here we go. I know you're gonna figure it out somewhere.
Oh, here we go.
I'm like, oh, it's so annoying. Because I know you're gonna figure it out. I'm just like, I just spent 5 minutes trying to figure it out. I'm like, I'm convinced there's zero chance.
But do you like actually move things around when you're trying to figure it out, or?
Yeah, because I'm loading it in.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like, yeah. Anyway.
Well, it's just some talents you can't teach.
Okay. Tetris queen. Alright. What time to go to bed? Do people argue about what time to go to bed?
What?
Are they like grown-ups? I
Yeah.
mean, who?
You're not a child. Go to bed when you
Are
want
these
to.
like teenagers who in a relationship? Or?
I don't know. Next. We don't
Okay.
argue about that.
The number of lights that should be on at night. No.
The number of lights.
That should be on at night.
We don't leave lights on at night though.
I'm guessing that when
You go to.
when we're in.
Oh.
We're not like in bed. We're just,
Oh,
like,
okay.
It's a night, but we're not in bed yet.
Yeah. Is that even possible to be an argument? I don't.
I mean, I like the times where you remind me like, oh, you left the bedroom light on.
But this is like, you know.
Sorry.
This is like, you know, when you forget the light on in the bedroom because you took something and then, but you always have this issue. It's not about like me being annoyed that the 3 lights are on in the living room because this is the room we're currently in. So if we need more lights, then we just need more lights. But more about like leaving lights on rooms that you're not using, especially currently where electricity is mad expensive.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But I don't see how that causes an argument because if you tell me, baby, you left the bedroom light on, I just get up and go and shut
Yeah,
up.
it's not
like,
really an
I
argument.
don't get like,
Because I
no,
feel like yeah.
leave it on.
Yeah, because I feel like it's not you thinking that I'm like telling you what to do again. It's you like yeah, you genuinely forgot, and I'm genuinely just being like, oh baby, you forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's another weird argument. Yeah. Whether food scraps should go in the garbage disposal or trash.
What? Food scraps.
Yeah, it's American. Food.
Yeah.
Leftovers.
We just put it all into one, so we don't argue about that.
I mean, yeah. Whoever's cleaning dishes just throws it with the scraps.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do forget some like.
Sometimes you do forget all the time, actually.
All the time. Sometimes do all the time.
No. So basically, if you're the one loading the dishwasher, you don't like. So what I do is, once we've finished eating and we take the dishes to the kitchen, if there's any scraps, I scrap them to the trash right away. Whereas you just leave them in the kitchen and only do the scrapping once you load the dishwasher. But for me, if I'm the one doing the dishwasher, then I get annoyed because I have to do extra work. Whereas it could have been done right away. But it's not really. I don't really say it because it's just.
Yeah.
It's not that big of a
To
deal.
be fair, we're like, why are people arguing about this? Why? The title is like the silliest arguments.
Yeah, that's true.
They
Silliest
are
arguments.
they are mostly silly.
They are very silly.
Yeah, like the last one, the toilet paper dispense from the bottom or from the top.
From the top.
Would you start an argument on that? If
No,
was putting
I would just change it. Because sometimes, I feel like for us, we've always done it the same way. Sometimes you do put it from the bottom, but then when I go in, I'm just like, ugh, and then I just change it. But I don't mention it because it's not worth it.
Yeah.
And I also recognize that it might just be something that it is something I specifically like to be this way, and maybe, you know, people are different, so you kind of have to accept that.
I'll say most of the times when I do put it the right way, I'm not thinking like, oh, it has to be from the top. I just sort of put it in,
right?
Because like I'm not like, I don't like, because of my personality, I never really get bogged down in the details of stuff. So I'm always just like, oh, let's put a toilet paper on.
Yeah, but luckily you do it the right way.
Yeah, most of the times. Most of the times, it's
Yes.
the lucky streak is just continuing.
Well, great, guys.
That's it.
Ah,
Boom.
damn.
Oh no.
No, again. That's it, guys.
I can remember. No.
That's it.
That's it.
Thank you.
Alright, take care. Bye.
Bye.